Hi, I'm James Woodruff with 10thingsknowhow.com, and today I'm going to do a video on how to tighten your drive belt in your Ferris FW15. I see a lot of complaints about this online, and maybe the newer ones, they've kind of fixed this, but at least mine, it is very loose as soon as I bought it. And I contacted Ferris about it because at some point it wasn't even engaging the blades. It was just so loose. It was just going right past the spindles. So I contacted Ferris and they said you need to take it into a dealer. They have a special technique they use to get this to work, and that's bull crap. It's a very easy thing to do if you're willing to get inside and take a look. So here we go. We're gonna take a look. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this, and if there's an easier way to do this, let me know. There's a couple techniques you can do to kind of tweak it, but it only goes so far. So I'll show you those here in just a second. Okay, so the first thing that you can do, just to kind of give it a little bit of tension, is to tighten up at the handle right here. So right here, you can actually undo this. You'll need to do it. It's done by a wrench. I would just loosen this up. You can actually take this off, and this thing twists up a little bit. So you can actually tighten your drive belt because it just shortens this distance right here up. So it gives a little bit of torque, but I'll show you why. You can only twist it a couple times before it doesn't really make a difference, and it just makes your handle really difficult to pull back. If it starts being difficult to pull back, it's not actually changing the drive belt down in the drive area. It's just pulling tension on a pulley. So the first thing you're gonna do is loosen these four nuts. One back here, and then one back here as well. So we'll take those off really quick. You see I've pre-done them. It's just a 7/16 or 11 millimeter, and they just come right. Okay, so here's the inside. You can see we've got our timing belt right here. We've got our drive belt here. Look how loose this thing is. So a lot of people are getting their Ferris FW15s and they go to engage the blade, they engage, but you hear a squeal and it kind of takes a second, and after a couple months, they're just not engaging very well. And I found that it's because of this thing. So I've already tightened this thing once, just barely, and I'm going to show you how to tighten it more so we can get more life out of this belt. So I've seen a lot of forums online having this issue, having this problem, and so we're going to discuss a couple things the thing that I've found works the best. And so the thing is right here, this bolt right here. Over here, this thing, let's see, I'll get a better picture. Okay. All right, so this, whenever you engage the blade, it pulls this back. And as you can see, this wheel over here is pushing this drive belt over so it tightens it up. So in order to make this tighter, we need to bring this bar, or we need to shorten it up. So you've got a bolt here and a bolt here. And I've already kind of pre-loosened it, but I'll show you guys how to do it. And basically we're gonna bring these closer together, which is going to decrease the space, which is gonna pull on this drive belt a lot tighter. So first thing you wanna do, we're gonna take these two out, but first we are going to loosen this one up. Now both of these tighten differently. So you're going to tighten to the back, so over the top on that one. And same thing back here. This will bring these loose. Sorry, they won't tighten them. They'll make them loose. So over the top on both of them. And I believe you got a 1/2 inch here and a 9/16. Just like on here, you got a 1/2 inch and a 9/16 back here. So this one is loose. If you don't loosen it before you take all this off, it's very difficult. So all you're gonna do, take this and loosen it to the back, do your thing, but it's gonna go over the top. It's gonna be kind of tight, but just remember, over the top and over the top. So loosen that one up. Next thing we're gonna do, you're gonna need to loosen this one first. You won't be able to take it off completely because there's not much space here. But loosen this, because if you take this one off first, it's very difficult to loosen. So loosen this one first. We'll go ahead and do that. You can see on this, this is going around the head of this bolt, and we're just gonna loosen this one first. So it's 2/2 inch. And take this. So there you go. That comes off the top here. Put that aside. As you can see, you won't be able to take it off because it's too tight, because this thing is on. So let's move on to this. All right, so we're gonna take off this back one, back here. What you'll need, I've got my wrench here, it's a 9/16. You're also gonna need this, because on the bottom side of the deck itself, you've got the head of this bolt. So you'll need to take your wrench, put it under the deck, find the head of that bolt. Okay, so there it is. Note where the washer is, and take that off as well, because if you forget and put it on the underside, thing's not gonna work. So I pull the bolt out. Got my bolt with a washer on the underside as well. I'm just gonna remove this from that. So you've got the bolt that connects right here. Just pull that out, and you've actually got a washer with it. So as you can see, this thing is loose now, and you can adjust these bolts wherever you want them. So I'm gonna make this as tight as possible because mine is really loose. So I'm gonna bring these down. Remember, loosening, bringing these to the middle so you can tighten. You go over the top, over the top, over the top. All right, sorry, that's annoying. All right, so brought these to the middle, and all I'm gonna do for this one is twist it till it tightens, and you'll come to a point where you can't do it anymore. So from there, I'm just gonna tighten that up. And from here, you're just gonna tighten that. Actually, you're gonna go over the top, sorry. I just said that. So over the top, and you're gonna come down as far as you can. So there we go. So over the top, and then we're gonna tighten this back to there. So that is as tight as it will go. There's another one you could do, which would pull as well. It's back here. So this one, you can pull this off, which is actually pretty easy to pull off. You can tighten it, and that's just gonna pull even harder. So we're gonna focus on this one for now. All right, so got everything tightened up, these two bolts, and then we're going to put this back onto here first. So this to here, just so it's stable, and we can actually put that bolt through, and then we're going to put on the back one. So I believe this goes on top of this, so you can't see it really, but it goes on top of this. We're going to put the bolt through it. It's like that. We're going to take this black piece, put it over the top, just like that. And then I'm just going to softly tighten it on right there so that it's in place. Sorry, my hand's in the way, but it's on. And then take this, put this on the bottom side of the deck. Had to move it around to get it on there. So it's on. Remember, this goes on top here. And then we put that bolt on. or the nut on. God, I keep saying that backwards, I'm sorry. And remember, we're gonna get this back bolt on first. So we need this on the underside to stabilize the bolt, and this is gonna come in. All right, so we got the back bolt on. Now we need to tighten this up. So remember, we need to stabilize the bottom, get that in place. Now we can tighten this up. Okay, so I probably should have done it before, but I should tighten that up considerably. As you can see, it's tightened up. This blade, it's still a little bit loose, but it's much better than it was before. So you can hear when I engage the blades, it immediately fired up, rather than that, you start hearing that squeal, which I didn't have it before, but this last time, but the time previous, it would just kind of squeal for a second, and then it would engage. Eventually it would engage at all because the belt was so loose. So that's a good way of tightening it. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If there's any questions, comment in the bottom. I'm sure it wasn't a great video as far as quality, but hopefully it showed you how to do this instead of spending a couple $100 taking it into a dealer. Who knows when they're going to get it done, but this is a quick, easy way with just a quick, couple tools that you can tighten your belt up, especially when it's already loose. 9/16 and a 1/2 inch wrench, you're good to go with this. So yeah, hit like, comment if there's any questions, and I'll get back with you. All right, thanks, good luck.